Hey, welcome CirclePix photographers. Today I wanted to do a quick session on properly exposing windows in a photo shoot. I'm going to show you some examples. I'm going to give you some ideas on how to fix these. These are one of the most trickiest things when shooting virtuals. It's one of the things that requires the most work, manually to fix when you're shooting a virtual. And let's take a look here at an example. This was sent in by one of our photographers. You can see here that we have some good looking pictures and some dark images. I'm just going to open up a couple of them here. You can see this picture here looks good, this looks good, and all of a sudden you've got a window in your picture, and what happens is the camera will make an exposure for the window. The camera sees that window and it tells the flash that it does not need to go off bright because it's really bright in the room, right? But that's just fooling the camera. It's not really bright in the room. The camera's reading the exposure off the window. So let's take a look at some more. These are dark. That's really dark. It's looking at the window thinking not bright. So what happens when you come across this kind of a situation is you need to manually fix this problem. And the most successful way to do it is by increasing flash power. That way you still get a good looking window. Most of the time you get a good looking window, and increasing the flash power will fix the problem. We can take a look at another example here. Here in this kitchen, you can see all these pictures look fine. If we're looking at these pictures, these all look like, good pictures of the kitchen. And then all of a sudden, along comes the windows, and the pictures get dark. You can really see it in this layout here. Picture number 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not 11, but the other 4 here get pretty dark. Here, let me show you an example of some that I fixed. This is just at my desk here. You can see that these 4 pictures, they're looking all right. The exposure is good. And then all of a sudden we get to the window, and you can see inside the room starts to get dark. Here's an example of where I fixed it. I took the series shot of the 4 window pictures, and then all I did to fix it in these 4 was turn up the power on the flash. Now, most of you have the external flash where you can adjust the power on the flash just by switching it to manual and shooting in manual flash mode and increasing the power on your flash. Or if you don't have that option, you can increase the flash power using the camera. I know most cameras allow you to do this. Canon, Nikon, there are a couple early Canons that don't allow it, but you can manually go into your camera and increase the flash compensation. So if your flash doesn't allow you to do it, your camera should allow you to do it. Also, make sure that you're using a diffuser. We don't want to get dark corners in your pictures. We want the whole picture to have even lighting. Because when we get dark images and we try to stitch it together, what happens is we get all this shadowing in your virtual. And it messes up the exposure of the whole virtual. It looks awful around dark pictures. So yeah, that's one thing that I'd like you guys to work on is fixing dark window shots. Make sure that all of your 16 pictures have an even amount of lighting in them. And you can do that through mostly adjusting your flash power when it has to deal with the window. And sometimes you may want to add a little bit of exposure compensation. But remember, when you add exposure compensation, you're going to lose some of your window shot. This area here, for example, if we were to fix this picture by adding exposure compensation, it's going to start to make this window really bright. It's, just like increasing the light. If we did it right here, it would make the light out the window go really bright. And we don't want to do that. We want to try to get the best window shot that we can. And that's why I tell you, increase the flash power. I know I've talked about it a lot in this little segment, but that's what I have for you today on fixing your window shots. Thank you so much for spending some time to watch this, and you guys have a great day.